Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful connecting with you, saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening? What's going on with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings I speak unto you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who will hashtag and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. And for those who will be used by God, at some point down the road to encourage this girl, then let's make it do what it do. Okay? Let's make it do what it do. Let's get some little heat up in here. And um, so today we are continuing this notion that love wins. Love wins no matter what. Love is the key. Love is gonna win. Love does not how do I want to say it? Love does not lose. Period. Period. It cannot lose. I'm not saying that it always feels good, though. Sometimes choosing the loving route may not feel good. It's good for you, right? Everything that's good for us doesn't necessarily feel good. It's good for you, but it may not feel good in the moment. Love may not feel good in the moment, but it is good for you. Hey, Brian. Hey, sis. So good to see you. So good to see you. It may not feel good in the moment, but it is absolutely good for you, right? It is absolutely good for you, even if it doesn't feel good in the moment. Because self love, number one, it regulates your nervous system. It regulates our nervous system because when we practice self love, we're practicing rest and boundaries, emotional processing. So our nervous system is stabilized. Like we're not going off half cocked on people. And so so we're regulated, right? A regulated person responds instead of reacting. We listen instead of defending. We think instead of exploding. And so that's one way that self-love helps others, right? It's one way that self-love helps others. And self-love, we self-reflect instead of projecting on people, right? When we love ourselves, we don't need others to shrink. They can stay as big as they need to stay. We don't need constant validation, and we can genuinely celebrate somebody else's success, right? It removes the emotional debt collecting from relationships. Um, and so right? So when we think about this idea of loving ourselves, the benefits to others are right there. They're right there. Like we don't self-love is not a selfish thing. It's not an individualized thing. You will do what is right for you to do. You will do what is necessary for you to do. You will do um what is uh, you will do what is how do I want to say it? You will do what is the best thing for all involved, not just you and not just yours, right? Self-love is a global love. It's an expansive love. It is not limited to me and mine. People who limit wellness to me and mine, I have an eyebrow up. Like, you see my eyebrow? I have a, I'd be like, no. Okay, cousin. Thank God it's Friday. Amen. Amen. So people who limit wellness to me and mine, I'm questioning that. I'm like, hey, Erica. Good morning, honey. Good to see you. Because if it's just about you and yours, a whole bunch of people will be neglected. It can be dangerous for people who are clannish in that way, where it's just me and mine who can prosper, me and mine who do well, me and mine who what is that nonsense? I have a collectivism mentality, like a tribal mentality, in the sense of all of us. There's a statement that says, high tides raises all ships. Like, all of us benefit if the tides are high, unless people go around poking holes in others' boats or ships. Because I don't want yours to raise, because I just want me and mine to raise. What kind of illness is that? Capitalism. A Western style capitalism. That's it. That's the illness. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. And not a subject for this platform. Because this platform will talk mainly about self-love. But if you want to have another conversation, woo, talk to me in another way. I agree with that. We work together as a team. Amen. 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 So, self-love doesn't just benefit the self. It doesn't just benefit the self. And if you think it does, that is limited to you, then, beloved, you don't know what self-love is. And you haven't been listening to me long. Because if there's anything that I'm going to clarify, is that self-love is not only beneficial to the person who's loving themselves. Self-love is beneficial to everybody that's impacted by it, okay? Everybody that's impacted by it. Because when we set boundaries, we speak clearly, we take care of our body, we honor our needs, we give others permission to do the same. Self-love is contagious. The modeling of it is. Everybody learns, right, to love themselves well. In self-love, it strengthens our capacity, right? We have emotional regulation. We can tolerate distress. We have self-soothing skills. We validate ourselves. We don't need others to validate ourselves. We're secure in our attachments, right? And we have a greater capacity to forgive, to be patient, to stay present in conflict, to offer empathy without self-abandonment. That benefits everybody in our ecosystem, right? It benefits everybody. And you know what? The other thing that we learn to do when we love ourselves well, we don't give from emptiness so that we find ourselves burning out. We give from fullness and we bless others. So it ensures that we will not overextend, that we're not silently keeping score, and that we're not making ourselves a martyr that then leads to resentment of others. And that quietly kills relationships. It does. So self-love benefits everybody who comes in contact with an individual who is actively practicing self-love. Everybody wins. There is no losing. There is no loss. And so I invite all of us to practice, loving ourselves, to practice loving well, to practice um, self-love. I invite all of us to practice, to an active, engaging practice of loving yourself well, because the benefits outweigh the costs, far outweigh the costs, right? Because when you love you, you grow, you expand, you increase, you have more to give, you have you shine brighter, right? You shine brighter. You do. So I invite you to make it a commitment. And a lot of times for some of us, things have happened in life that we don't have positive thoughts about ourselves. We don't have positive thoughts about the situation. We don't have positive thoughts about other people. There are lots of ways to change your thoughts. I'm not saying that they're easy ways, but there are ways, there are pathways to do that. You have to be with you 24/7. So it just would benefit you if you live the kind of life, or have lived or been exposed to situations that left you with kind of a negative internal conversation with yourself. I invite you to do the work, beloved. Do the work. Please do the work so that you can free you. Good morning, Ray Price. Thank God it's Friday. Amen. So that you can free you. Yeah, others are going to benefit from you freeing you, because then you're not negative all the time. You don't see the holes, the glass half empty. You don't respond negatively to, right? You don't. And so I just really invite you to love yourself well. Do the work. Like, you could do it with therapy. You could do it with coaching. You could do it with some pastors who are skilled in that way. You could do it with bartenders, hairdressers. What I'm saying is, any place that you can go where someone will hear you and reflect back accurately and point you in the direction of life and love, you can heal. You can heal. And there are lots of places. It's not limited to one industry, to one organization, to one way of believing or thinking. It's not. Healing and wholeness can occur in lots of ways if you're willing to have that experience. You owe it to you. You owe it to the little girl or the little boy, the little person in you who, if this is your story, you didn't get loved well, you didn't come up in a safe environment, so your nervous system is shot. You think everybody out to get you all the time. Your friendships don't last. You always at odds with somebody. Somebody always did something to you and continue to do something to you. And you know the story. You know the story. Freedom is your birthright, for real. It is yours to have. It's yours. So I just really invite you to lean into the freedom that's yours to have, because it is yours to have. Right? It is yours to have. You get to You get to be freer than you've ever been in life. Look, why not? Why not? Why not? Do what's yours to do. Last week, was it last week? I didn't have a voice. I sound, and you heard a little bit of it Monday and Tuesday. Today, I have more of a voice than I've had the entire time. So I think for 2 weeks, I did replays, re-airs. So why am I saying that? I'm just, I'm just not for not living fully. Right? I started off the year with intention of doing certain things, and things happened that was beyond my control. So I was not able to do those things. And I'm really torn because I really want to be back in New Jersey. But I got some things I need to take care of, as my bestie said. You got some business you got to take care of. I do. But I want to be there with you, Brian. Taking care of things there. Anyhow, I love y'all. I'm grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for you all being on. I'm grateful for your diligence. I'm grateful for your engagement with me. And we're going to keep doing what we do. And I'm inviting you to keep doing what you do. I couldn't do this last week. And much of the week before, I couldn't do it. Hey, Christopher. I love you, honey. I love you right back. I couldn't do it. Last week I was sick. The week before, I didn't have it. And the week before that, right? There was a lot going on. And so we all got to do what we do when we do it. Because we don't know when we're not going to be able to do it. Like, I had no idea that I would be taken out last week in that way. I had no idea. I had no idea that the I done lost time. It's been almost a month since things occurred. I had no idea that those things were going to occur. And we all would be doing what we had to do, right? But here we are. An opportunity to show up in the way that God has given me to show up. Thank you, Brian. I love you so much. That God has given us to show up. And so I'm so grateful for that. And we just do what's yours to do. That's all I'm saying. I know I'm over 6 o'clock. It's Friday. Sometimes I take liberties on Fridays. Do what's yours to do. No excuses. No excuses. Show up in love for those who are yours to show up for in love. And for those who are not, still show up in love. Right? Still show up in love, because love wins no matter what. No matter where it's directed, love wins no matter what. Don't withhold love, because if you withhold it from you too. So just love well. And all right, I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And at the moment that God gave us our breath, we gave up the right to not shine, to not be amazing, to not love well, to not show up as ourselves. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, cousin. I know you got all kind of candy and stuff made for folk. I love the way you live your life. All right. Talk to y'all on Monday. Talk to y'all on Monday. That's my intention. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.